What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here with my immediate reaction and recap of UFC Des Moines, Iowa. Up and down kind of card. There was some entertaining moments. There was some big victories that we were very happy to see. And there was also a couple of boring fights. All right, man. Let's start off with the main event. It just wrapped up. Literally, they don't even have the stats on Google yet. But Corey Sandhagen wins by round two. Dude, Corey Sandhagen by murder, bro. Sandhagen fucking did it, boys. Corey Sandhagen, I picked him to win by unanimous decision. And he was looking pretty good in this fight. I think a lot of the killer instinct that we've been lacking from him in his past couple of fights has come back a little bit. He was able to, get ground and pound off against Davison Figueiredo. That was very damaging in the first round. And throughout the whole fight, they were kind of like rolling back and forth for leg locks. It was like watching like two white belts kind of roll with each other after watching some fucking Craig Jones. They were both looking for heel hooks. They were getting tangled up in the legs. And the thing about getting tangled up in the legs like that, listen, I know jiu-jitsu, all right, kid? I be Bilal Muhammading people in the fucking jiu-jitsu tournaments, dude. I just lay on people. But when you actually do stuff in jiu-jitsu and your legs get tangled up, it's really hard to get out of that position. So Corey Sandhagen did a good job of taking advantage of that. Once he knew that he was safe from a heel hook or a knee bar from Davison Figueiredo, he was able to land a lot of hammer fists and elbows in the first round. Bisping was there talking about a 10-8. I wouldn't go that fucking far, but he clearly won the first round pretty dominantly. And then in the second round was a little bit of the same. Figueiredo came out a little bit more aggressively, took him down, got on his back, and sorry, that was in the first round, but he took him down and then ended up on the bottom. Corey Sandhagen reverse position, and when he was looking for a leg lock of his own from the back, he was kind of getting tangled up, looking to get around behind Figueiredo. It's so hard to fucking explain this shit. If you train jiu-jitsu, you know exactly what I'm describing, bro. He had his legs hooked up. He was spinning around towards the back. He was pushing him forward onto his hands. And then he extended his hips forward, and Davison Figueiredo hurt something within his knee. He fell forward. Corey Sandhagen follows up a little bit, and the referee stops it because of an injury. So Corey Sandhagen does get a TKO win in the second round. He was... Holy fuck, these stats are crazy. Okay, maybe he did get a 10-8. Corey Sandhagen looked good. That's what I'm here to tell you right now. If you didn't see this fight, Corey Sandhagen is back. There will be edits produced of this guy. I'm hearing reports that he heard that Davison Figueiredo uses Apple Music instead of vinyls, and that's why he was so aggressive in this fight. I don't know what microaggressions Davison Figueiredo committed, but Corey Sandhagen came into this fight aggressive. He was looking to do damage. He wasn't out there trying to fucking, conduct an experiment on footwork and movement. He was really trying to get a finish, and I really respect that from Corey Sandhagen. And the last thing I'll say about this fight before I move on to what you actually want to hear about the people's main event, what the fuck do you even do with Corey Sandhagen? Like with Davison Figueiredo, there's a lot of people left in the division that he hasn't fought yet, right? Like you can eventually match him up against Umar. I think that'd be a crazy, exciting fight. I would say that Figueiredo versus Song Yadong is probably the best fight to make right now for him. But for Corey Sandhagen, it's like, okay, he lost to Petr Yan. He lost to Umar. He lost to fucking... couple of other people, dude. He lost to this one dude back in the day. But the thing about the top 5 is the only people he hasn't fought are people he doesn't deserve to fight, right? Like he can either fight, what is he going to get, a fucking title shot? You know what I mean? So I think for Corey Sandhagen, his best bet is to be the backup fighter for UFC 316. If O'Malley is actually fucking injured and Big Schmidt can't pull up to the press conference, I think Corey Sandhagen should be getting the call to step in. I know Petr Yan probably will, but I think in terms of what's fresher in the division, I think people would be a little bit more, I don't know, man, maybe Corey Sandhagen can do it about him versus Merab than Yan versus Merab, because Yan got 50-45 on him. Maybe I'm totally fucking wrong on this. Maybe you guys all think Yan can magically beat Merab now. I don't know what the opinion is on that of everybody, but for me, I would actually like to see Corey Sandhagen get a title shot, if it makes sense. I'm not saying he deserves one right now. I'm saying you could justify giving him one if O'Malley is injured or, Yan can't fight Merab on short notice. I would say there is a possibility that we see Corey Sandhagen versus O'Malley or Merab soon. I think that would be cool for him. But yeah, good performance. Happy that he got the W. I thought he was the better fighter overall, and I don't know what Figueiredo was fucking doing. Like, His controller was literally disconnected in this fight. Like, he had a couple of moments where he took the back, but on the feet, he's looked fucking terrible at bantamweight. Am I tripping here, bro? He dropped Cheeto. He dropped Jan. But outside of that, he got pieced up by Corey Sandhagen. He got pieced up by fucking Cody Garbrandt. Had a competitive, like, 29-28 fight with Rob Font. I feel like Figueiredo at bantamweight, I don't know if he's, like, lost the dog in him or what, but we're not seeing this same King Von level threat that Deiveson Figueiredo used to be at flyweight. So, I don't know what's up with him. I think he does need to lean on his offensive grappling a little bit more, which he tried to do in this fight, but yeah, I think maybe he needs to change it up a little bit. I don't really know, dude. It wasn't a good performance from him. Corey looked good. All right, man. This is what you're really here to see. We have defeated Bo Nickel, guys. We have caught and compromised Bot Nickel to a permanent end. The industry plant has been defeated. Rainier Dorito wins by TKO in the second round. I shit you not, I jumped out of my chair jumping for joy. I'm pretty sure I tore my ACL celebrating. I was so fucking happy watching this, bro. This is one of the best hate watches I've ever had in my life, dude. And I don't even hate Bo Nickel, I just hate the idea of Bo Nickel. This guy that comes in, I like, drinking smoothies and going hunting. Just getting promoted down my fucking throat by the UFC every single pay-per-view. And now Rainier Dorita has proved he is legit. I knew he was better than Bo Nickel. I knew he was going to be too goofy, too hard, too pressure, like too high pace on the feet. And he looked fucking good in this fight, dude. I thought it was going to be the grappling more than anything. I knew the clinch would be a big part of this, but Rainier Dorita in this fight, the difference between him and Bo Nickel was he pushed a really high pace. He made Bo really uncomfortable. You could see Bo Nickel slowing down in round 2. And he doesn't give a fuck about Bo Nickel's wrestling. He's bigger than him by a considerable amount, like I said. And he tied him up in the clinch. He was spamming knees to the body. He was punching him to the body. He has no fear of this guy because Bo Nickel takes you down. And he takes down Rainier Dorita in this fight, jumps a submission straight away. You're not fighting apex jobbers, dude. Rainier Dorita was able to fucking grit it out, get on top, and win the first round. And then in the second round, you could really see Bo Nickel, I'm not going to say demoralized, but his cardio definitely was not there for a high-paced goofball 3-round masterclass from Rainier Dorita. And he just got backed up the whole time. And Rainier Dorita really started pouring it on with knees to the body. One of them hurt him and he started talking to the ref. And I think he was trying to call a nut shot. I could be wrong on that. That's what I felt like when I was watching. I felt like Bo Nickel was kind of trying to get the ref to come in and stop him. I'm sure Dana White at the post. What's the question? Yeah, we're firing the ref. We're going to be investigating the kid. The kid let Bo Nickel lose that fight. I don't know whether he's on drugs or what, but yeah, dude, I know Dana White's fucking pissed right now. But everyone else, we are fucking celebrating. We have TKO'd Bo Nickel via round 2 body shot, knee up against the fence. The only thing I'll say against Rainier Dorita, because I love this guy. He's so goofy. I love his like cocky smirk as well. I know that's like a Lucas Tracyism, but I'm Jedi. Rainier Dorita's demeanor is fucking hilarious to me. He's always like, it's almost like he's laughing at the people that he's beating, bro. Like, he was respectful of he talks about GM3 like he's this like former I've got a lot of respect for GM3, we had a great fight, I've got a lot of respect for him. And then when he beats Kevin Holland and Bo Nickel, he's literally laughing in their face, bro. It's so good. But the only thing I'll say against him, he did call out Sean Strickland. First and foremost, you're not getting Sean Strickland. That's number one. Second of all, don't fucking deny me what I want. I want UFC 318, New Orleans, Louisiana. The final dance, man. Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway, the final dance. You know what that card needs? Brendan Allen versus Rainier Dorita. Oh my fucking god. Inject it into my veins, bro. Inject it into my veins. Rainier Dorita versus Brendan Allen. I need this fight so fucking badly before he fights Dricus. As for Bo Nickel, get ready to learn Apex, buddy. Make sure you rent out a nice apartment in Vegas, brother, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there, dude. Listen, I don't want to come in here and hate on Bo Nickel, but I am happy to see Rainier Dorita get the W in this fight. I do feel like Bo Nickel is one of these prospects that not only is the UFC not doing him any favors, like pushing him down our throats, but he himself also getting on his fucking podcast, which you just don't need a podcast if you have the personality of Bo Nickel. He's a nice guy. Is anyone dying to hear Bo Nickel get on the podcast? You know, I watched the Hamzat fight. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good fight. I saw a couple of things I could exploit. I'm like, dude, you can't even beat fucking Rainier Dorita. Shut the fuck up. So for me, this was a great watch. I'm very happy that RDR won that fight. I know a lot of you guys are too. I'll quickly talk about the rest of the card because this was fucking shambolic. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna cope about the fact that my picks were fucking terrible in this card, but people think I'm a genius because I picked Rainier Dorita. That's just how MMA YouTube works, dude. Whoever I put in the thumbnail and the title, that is only description of if I picked good or not. So now people think I'm a genius, right? But the rest of this card, I was fucking dog shit. I literally got everything else wrong pretty much. Ponzanibio got KO'd in the third round by Daniel Rodriguez. This was a little bit of a back and forth fight for the first 2 rounds. Like, D-Rod was kind of piecing him up. He was landing the check hook. He was avoiding a lot of the big shots from Ponzanibio. And then in round 3, he just puts this 5-piece together and drops Ponzi. Follows up, puts him out cold with 1 shot on the ground. Gets the first finish of the fucking card before, anything else exciting happens. Like, I know there was there any other fight? Okay, there was 1, 2, 3 other finishes on this card. And then it was nothing but fucking decisions until we got to this. So shout out to Daniel Rodriguez. He did bring some excitement back to this card going into the co-main event and the main event. And yeah, dude, decent performance, honestly. I know that Ponzanibio is kind of an unk. He's kind of a meme in the division, but it is a good win for D-Rod. And I do like his call out of fighting Jake Matthews. Obviously, that's my mate. Jake Matthews will fucking go out there and put the fucking hands on him, mate. All right. But no, him versus Jake Matthews would be a good fight. I'd also like to see D-Rod versus Gunnar Nelson. I think that'd be a cool little fucking unk matchup. But yeah, Ponzanibio versus D-Rod, not the best fight. It was like a heavyweight street beefs matchup. Shout out to Death Sentence for getting a W, by the way. But D-Rod did get a KO at the end, so that brought something to it, all right? And then this fight happened. Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos is a fucking terrorist of the sport, dude. Daniel Marcos needs to be cut from the UFC and me. I don't like getting on here talking like fucking MMA Joey or whatever, but dude, Daniel Marcos is a fucking fraud and I'm sick of this guy and I'm so happy that he fucking lost, dude. Because he spent the majority, not the majority, the entirety, the entire fight holding fucking Montel Jackson against the fence, taking him down, doing nothing, would just lose him straight away on the takedown, go back to fucking hugging him, kneeing him against the fence. Just absolutely nothing. And he gassed out from that somehow. So I'm very fucking glad that Montel Jackson got the W. I thought that he looked, not the best in this fight. I was kind of hoping he would piece up Marcos a little bit more, but he clearly won this fight. Like, he did more damage. He was able to take down Marcos at some points. He was able to threaten a Dars choke at the end of the third round. I'm very glad that he won this fight. I'm very glad he wasn't robbed because Daniel Marcos, like I said, genuine terrorist of the sport. Like, the way this guy fought in this fight and some of his other fights, I'm so fucking glad this guy's no longer near the rankings. I think this guy needs to be sent to the fucking PFL or just send him to fucking DAZN Boxing. Put him in there with the rest of these guys because these boxing fights, people have been talking nonstop about these boxing fights. I didn't even watch them. I was watching this card and I shit you not, every single one of them is like a fucking snoozer. So maybe Daniel Marcos needs to consider a career in boxing at this point. I don't know, man. But yeah, Montel Jackson gets the W. And as for what's next for him, I think that he should fight Ayman Zahabi when he loses to Jose Aldo. That for me makes sense, right? Because that's a matchup. When I look at Ayman Helwani, I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's because I do actually think of him as Ariel Helwani. He just looks chinny. Like, I could just see Montel Jackson chinning him. So I'm going to say Ayman Helwani versus Montel Jackson should be next. But yeah, Montel Jackson gets the W by unanimous decision. You did not miss anything. It was a fucking boring fight. Smotherman versus CDO. This was a boring ass fight as well. I genuinely don't even care. Jeremy Stephens versus Mason Jones. Now, this was actually a good fight. This was actually a very entertaining fight. I really enjoyed watching the first 2 rounds of this. And the people that are hating on Mason Jones for the third round, you gotta understand, these judges are fucking abysmal, bro. These judges are fucking abysmal, dude. These judges listening to this crowd go crazy for Jeremy Stephens, you know that in the back of this kid's mind, I'm re-debuting in the UFC. They brought me back for this. Jeremy Stephens is a bigger name than me, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm sure that is prevalent on someone's mind, especially because the thing about Jeremy Stephens, he didn't win this fight, and I thought that it was 29-28 for Jones. I did not think it was 30-27, or I could see 30-27. I guess I should say that. I didn't 100% go, yeah, dude, Jeremy Stephens won the second round. It was close, right? The thing about Stephens is, in this fight, not only did he look better than I thought he would, right? Like, he actually got back up from takedowns quite well. He was kind of quick on the feet. He didn't get finished via body shot like he always does. He actually does so much fucking damage, dude. Because in the first round, Mason Jones was throwing all these front kicks, elbows, jabs. He was really head kicks to keep the guard up, calf kicks, right? Very clearly winning the first round. Jeremy Stephens landed like 2 clean punches, and Mason Jones's face was completely swollen up. Like, he had a huge mouse under his eye. He was bleeding immediately. Like, Jeremy Stephens' power was fucking crazy, and you could see it in this fight because every time he landed, especially in the second round, it did something to Mason Jones. Like, Jones is throwing fucking everything at him. You see how many strikes he threw. It was like nearly 300, right? Everything he's throwing at Jeremy Stephens, he did cut him in the second round with the elbow. Every time Stephens would hit him back, it was like a big moment. Like, it would fucking move him back. The crowd would go crazy. Jones would start kind of smiling a little bit. He would just get more and more damaged. Yeah, that second round in particular, if you didn't watch this fight, you need to rewatch the first 2 rounds. It was fucking sick to watch. Mason Jones threw everything he had at Jeremy Stephens in the first 2 rounds. He's throwing head kicks, spinning elbows. In the second round, he lands this huge fucking spinning elbow. Jeremy Stephens is countering him with the right hand. Every time they're in close, you can just feel Jeremy Stephens wants to chin this guy. So, very entertaining first 2 rounds. Then in the third round, I thought this was very smart from Mason Jones. It did get a lot of boos and a lot of people are hating on it, but he just mixed in the grappling. Like, every time in the first and second round, after mainly striking, he would mix in a takedown. He would get it really easily, right? In the third round, to secure the fight, he just takes down Jeremy Stephens over and over again. Most of these 8 takedowns, they happened in the third round. He just had him up against the fence. He got really deep on the hips. He had his hands together most of the fight and just took him down again. Stephens would get back up, take him down again, take his back a little bit. Very clear win for Mason Jones. I thought this was an exciting performance. I hope that he fucking gets a good matchup in the division. I think that he was pretty exciting in this fight. It was cool to see Jeremy Stephens back in there again. I was worried he was going to fluke a KO in round 2 or something, but yeah, entertaining first 2 rounds. Third round was kind of boring, and it led into some boring fights, but I'm actually not mad at it. I thought this was a pretty good performance from Mason Jones. But then I do remember it's fucking Jeremy Stephens, so maybe I'm just, gaslit. And then, oh, dude, we could have got this fight, man. Fuck, dude. So the main card, it wasn't too bad. I would think it was definitely saved by these top 3 fights. I would say Stephens versus Jones. If the third round was striking, it would have been a fucking fight of the year candidate, in my opinion. But main card, I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10. Like, main card was like a 6 out of 10. It was all right. Maybe a 5.5, right? The prelims were fucking abysmal, bro. Like, the prelims were actually, like, oh my fucking God, bro. What the fuck were these prelims, dude? I went 1-6 on the fucking prelims, bro. I went 1-6 on the prelim. Do you understand how fucking bad? I don't think I actually went 1-6. I went 1-5 on the prelims. So it's not that bad. Okay. I went 1-5 on the prelims. What the fuck? The only fight I got right was Thomas the Blob Peterson. And he just laid on Don'Tale Mayes. So this fight, Miesha Tate, she fucking running at Yana Santos like she's Benoit Saint-Denis. Chin up, head up. Just running like a fucking marauder. Getting pieced up with leg kicks, shaking her head. Doing absolutely nothing to get takedowns, just failing takedowns nonstop. Round 3, she locks in. She does take down Yana Santos, controls her from the back. Instead of focusing on ground and pound, she tries to get a rear naked choke, but can't pull it off. So Yana Santos wins that fight. Whatever, man. Ryan Bloater, bro. Ryan Floater, dude. I fucking picked this guy. Why did I pick this guy, bro? Ryan Bloater. And the funniest part is, during all these prelims, I'm getting wrong. Okay? Not only am I getting non-stop commercials of Whopper, 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 and then, hang with Dustin Poirier, the Bud Light. Dude, we should get in there, dude. You know what I mean? Like the fucking non-stop ads. This guy in my comments on the prediction video is just blowing up my phone about how I've ruined his life. He put money on my picks. I should get a job. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, you need a job, bro. But it had me fucking dying. But, dude, I picked Ryan Loder. I thought he was going to wrestle a little bit more in this fight. He decides to run at this massive Russian knockout artist, put himself against the fence, and get absolutely fucking folded up against the fence by KO. Congratulations to Azamat Bykov. That's a big win for you, beating Luke Rockhold by KO. Welcome to the club, brother. Very good win for Bykov. He actually looked pretty dangerous in this fight. Ryan Bloder, you're fucking dead to me, bro. All right? This next fight as well, Jillian Robertson. She had a good performance, man. She had a good performance. She took down Marina Rodriguez a couple of times, and in round 2, after just controlling her in the first round, like just literally just laying on her in half guard in the first round, beating up the body. Second round, she takes her down again and gets a TKO up against the fence. Like, just has her on the ground up against the fence. Rodriguez bellies out. She just goes flat. Jillian Robertson just pounds her out, gets the W, pause. Wins by TKO. And the big storyline of this fight is Marina Rodriguez actually retired. So my only question is, where was the 40-minute fucking video package? Where was Jelly Roll for this retirement? Because, you know, Marina Rodriguez, she's a fucking legend of the game, dude. And she retired and she didn't get a 40-minute promo video. I thought that's what we do in the UFC. So I was a little bit confused by that, but Jillian Robertson, she did get a good win. I think she does deserve a top 5 opponent or top 6 opponent. She's on a pretty good win streak. She's a very prolific finisher in the women's divisions as well. So I got to give her some fucking credit for that. And Ilia Topuria, bro, what were you doing, man? Ilia Topuria fucking got finished by Kwang Lee, dude. How did this guy go from KOing Max Holloway to losing to Lee Kwang, bro? Listen, this is a dumb joke. Gaston Bolaños got submitted by Lee Kwang in the second round. Just had his back, and he did this really cool rear naked choke finish. I'm going to steal this and try this on some innocent white belt tomorrow, but he had the arm under the neck. Like, one arm was really tight under the neck, almost kind of choking Bolaños already, and he was holding his elbow to secure that, and then when he felt like it was tight, he just switched it to a normal rear naked choke grip. I'm doing it in person, by the way. Gets the finish, chokes out Gaston Bolaños, and very good performance. Like, I can't even hate on that performance. Kwang Lee actually got a pretty good win, so congratulations to him for the round 2 submission. Thomas Peterson won by blobbing Dontel Mays, and Juliana Miller won as well. So all in all, listen, man, was this a very good card? Not really. Was the Bo Nickel RDR fight life-changing for me? Absolutely it was. The main event, I thought Corey Sandhagen looked good as well, so the ending of the card was pretty good. I would say overall this was like a 5.5 out of 10. Carried very fucking heavily by Rainier Derrida versus Bo Nickel. But that's my opinions on it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What did you think of the card? How happy are you that Rainier Derrida is continuing the title run? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I've got a huge lineup of videos coming for UFC 315, including something very special in tomorrow's video. So stay tuned for that, because you do not want to miss this. We are going to a new level, boys. That's all I'll say. We are going to a new fucking level, dude. All right, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.